Hey internet, I'm going to do this video where I will talk about the FE in ENTPs and how we develop FE over time and how it affects our personality when we develop it, for good and for bad. It can sometimes uh, come in the way of our very basic personality and can really end up changing the whole essence of an ENTP. And at the same time, it is something that we really need to develop, especially going into our 20s, because the world doesn't really appreciate any TI when it's presented to the world in its raw form. So I'll talk about that, and I'll also talk about the FE pains that ENTPs feel while growing up, while they develop their FE. So first of all, what is FE? I'd prefer if you guys can just read about it a little. It is a third function in the stack of us ENTPs. I can talk about it, but it'll really take a lot of time, and I just want to keep this video short to 3-4 minutes. So I hope you understand what FE is at a very basic level, and just want to know a little bit more about how it manifests in ENTPs and when do we develop it and what kind of behaviors it induces in us ENTPs. So we all have it, but it's not our strongest function. It's our third function for us ENTPs and also for ESTPs. So we develop it with time. So these are basically the differences: an ENTP without FE and an ENTP with FE. So an ENTP without FE would think of something, would be presented a situation, and he'll think of something. He'll just, maybe it's about his friends, and he'll think of something he saw 10 days ago, and he'll connect the dots and will think of something new and which is funny and spontaneous, so he'll say it out loud. 5 out of 10 people will laugh, 2 out of 10 people will think you are amazing, 3 out of 5 people will think you're a clown, and rest of the 5 people will absolutely hate you for being so inappropriate. Now, this was an ENTP without FE. Now, this is an ENTP, probably the same ENTP who has developed his FE. So, this is how it will manifest in him. The same situation, his friend will do or say something, and he'll relate it to something he saw a few days back, and will come up with a very funny idea and will be about to say it out loud, and then his FE will just hit him. And it'll stop him from saying it. It'll make him reconsider whether it is really inappropriate, or if there are some people who will get offended by this. And then depending upon how developed is your FE, or how much really you give a fuck about the harmony around you, you'll either say it or not say it, or maybe say it but you'll modify it a little. Now, if you have developed your FE, so you'll just modify it so it won't be that spontaneous or funny. So less people will hate you. Almost 8 or 9 out of 10 people will not hate you, and instead of 5, 2 people will laugh maybe. And now we are probably only down to 1 person who really thinks you are amazing. So there are benefits of developing, and at the same time it can be it can make you not so much fun anymore. So but it's also very beneficial. Imagine if you are in a situation where you are out on a date and you are doing your any TI thing and making random observations, crafting them in words, and it's funny to you, but the girl that you are out on a date with is not so much of an NETI enthusiast, but because of your FE, you'll sense it. So you'll just kind of dumb it down or change the tone or something, so the sex still stays on the table for you. So in that situation, it's pretty good for you. But the problem with FE is that it starts, as I said, it might just change, affects, or alter the very personality of an ENTP. Now imagine, as an ENTP, your FE is so developed that it is actually coming in the way of your NETI so much that even if you are thinking of something, you're employing FE there. Now any likes to be, any knows no limits. It'll come up with anything. It'll want to talk about anything. It'll ideate anything. But if you just put FE right there, you'll kind of stop your NE, and basically you have your TI to control your NE, but you'll use your FE to control your NE. So that would simply mean that you'll think of anything and you'll employ your FE judgment, thinking whether it'll be appropriate or will it affect the harmony around me, harmony of my friends, or of my parents, of my family. So it may save you some trouble, but that's not how you are designed. So in the long, you might like it initially because we love novelties, but initially you'll just hate. Eventually you'll just hate it. You'll think that something is missing. This is not how I used to be. I'm not so much fun anymore. So don't let FE get in the way of your NE and TI. Just develop it just as much. Now why do we face this problem in the first place? You see, the world around us, it's just not so much centered around you. So while you are being your ENTP self, there might be incidents where people just lash out on you, or you just start to feel how some people just hate you because of the things you have been doing or saying, and how you are not really the most favorite person of the people around you. So in that case, what you would want to do is you'll just start to overuse FE as a result of something that has happened to you, some incidents. So process it, close the curtain, sit inside. That's what TI is for. Invoke it and just process it. Just use your TI logic and get it out of your system. Don't let those incidents affect you in the long run, that you end up being not so much an ENTP but a very confused NE, DOM, ENFJ or something, I don't know. So that's what I wanted to talk about, and this is essentially what FE pains are. When you are growing up, you are 20, you are all high on your NE and the amazing ideas it come up with, and then this guy you think is who really adores you come to you and tells you how much of a jerk you has been to him, and then it just hits you and you feel hurt by, not exactly feel hurt, but you just start to question your very being, that how do you come off to people, because we do seek validation. So probably just attacks are the very idea of us being validated by the people. So you'll have to find a balance between developing your FE because you see, you are not a stand-up comedian where people would just love your offensive humor around the world. Most of us would be working in tech jobs or the other professions which are good for ENTPs. So there you'll need your FE a lot, but don't overdevelop it so much that when you are out of that office, you are still that corporate slave, that boring ass fucker you used to hate when you were growing up, and you used to think, I'm never gonna be that guy, but now you are that guy because of that goddamn FE. So don't let it get developed so much. Thanks. If you like this video, subscribe, and let me know if you have any more inputs on the content of this video, because I'm also just an MBTI enthusiast. Yeah, so you can maybe come and increase my knowledge. The video is now 8 minutes 35 seconds long, and I believe most of the viewers of this video will not have an attention span long enough to watch this video, but do. Okay, I promise the rest of my videos will be a little smaller. Thanks, bye.